All right, open up for questions for Coach Shop.
So I have a question. So this year, the team looks completely different than it did last year. It's an era of a lot of transfers coming in, and those coaches have to deal with pretty much a new team every single year. How has your coaching style changed over the years to adjust to that, and how do you think you're going to deal with this new group of guys?
Good question. It's going to be like that every year now. You know, just the way the transfer portal is. I don't want to bring in 12 new guys every year, but, you know, it's a way of college basketball right now. You just got to get used to it. You got to adjust to it. You can't complain. All right. My coaching style this year is going to be different than last year. You know, I think we got 11 guys, 12 guys I could play, that I want to play. Play a little faster, a little more up-tempo. I got some guards that could do some things. We can shoot the basketball a little better than the teams in the past. So looking forward to it.
How much of a priority was it for you to identify and get a point guard who could run this offense the way you wanted to coming off last year?
It was extremely important. I wanted three, to tell you the truth. Like, I'll be honest, I wanted three guards because just something seemed always to happen with us, knock on wood, with, you know, injuries and stuff like that. So I went out and got three guards that I thought that could, you know, handle the team when, you know, if one guard's down or something like that. So that's the number one priority, to go out and get a few guards. And second thing was to get some shooting.
Shot, what does Bud bring to the team, and how much of a priority was he for you in the portal?
It was, like I said, it was very important to get a few guards. What Bud brings to the team is Bud is a winner. You know, he's a winner. He's a Philly kid. You know, he's tough. He plays my style of basketball. He's fearless. Got the chip on his shoulder bigger than anybody I know. And he got something to prove. And that's why I love, you know, the qualities that he got. And, you know, I think, you know, he scored a lot last year, but I don't think people understand how good of a playmaker he is.
You said you were trying to get guys that had already played a lot and had
Yes.
a lot of experience.
Yes.
How did that kind of philosophy change for you this year versus last year?
You know what? Last year I thought, you know, obviously coming off the NIT championship, you know, we gotta, you know, finish playing like in April, something like that. So the portal had opened like March. So we kind of went after guys with names, right? Like guys that we missed on, like, and then kind of got them in the portal. Like guys didn't play that much at so-called bigger schools, right? This year I just wanted to get guys that played a lot of basketball, like a lot of experience, a lot of games, did well at their school from a scoring standpoint, from a defensive standpoint, from a running team standpoint. And I think we went out and got guys that got a lot of years of experience. I think that's going to help us out.
Sure.
So, hello. Nice new digs here.
I didn't know what you were saying. I'm like, hello?
What do you think of how your big men are progressing? How are they sort of pushing each other in practice?
I think it's good, right? You got four big guys. You know, if you had Pat, five big guys that's in rotation. You know, it's been good. You know, obviously Steph is just coming back off an injury. So he's been back the last couple of days. It's been good. It's been good to watch, right? Like right now, if he's asking me who's the starting guard center, I don't know. You know, I think that's a good thing. You know, when you have that problem, that's a good problem to have. But I think everybody's progressing. Young big fella is every day getting better and better. You know, in the job. I mean, I thought he would be good for us, but you know, now I watch him every day. I think he could be really good because he just brings a different type of physical presence that we didn't have in a long time. You look at it like a Eugene Teague from back in the days, but he was smaller. Like he's all a 6'11", grown man type, you know, player that cares about playing that position. Most big guys now want to be wings and guards. He cares about playing that position, and you know, I think that's going to be good for us.
Just to follow up, can you see the former football player in him? Does that help at all with the physicality of the Big East, you think? Prepping him for it? A
little bit. You know, we got to get him. Yesterday we had refs come in, you know, and we did a scrimmage. And just to show these guys that I want to be physical, make no mistake about it.
Right.
You know, I want to be very physical, but I think sometimes he takes it a little overboard, and it's good. Like, it's good to have that, and then now it's time to kind of push it back a little bit.
More.
What are you seeing from Justine Felton and Godwill Ariarne? They had a year of collegiate play under their belt. What strides are you hoping to see from them this year?
Well, I just think early on, like in the summer, you know, they was here telling guys how it's going to be, you know, telling guys about me and my coaching style and, you know, and what I like and what I don't like. I see both of them, you know, coming along. Goswell was hurt throughout the summer. He got injury. I mean, he had surgery on his foot. So now he's coming back and trying to get back into it. But it's a lot of competition. I mean, and that's how I wanted it, and that's how it is. And when y'all talk to these guys today, they're gonna tell you guys that it's a lot of competition out there. And you know, to me, I'm looking to see who's gonna rise to the top.
Jack, then Jaden.
Coach, once again, it's a very different team this year. What's one thing that Pirates fans should expect out of this team? And additionally, what's your message to Pirate Nation going into the season?
I'm excited. I am. I'm excited about the opportunity just to be back coaching. You know, just to get back. You know, after it was a long off season, a long summer, frustrating summer. Really wasn't happy with the way things went. So I went to the mindset this summer of getting back to the basics, getting back to just being who I am. You know, not worrying about anything else. And just coaching. You know, coaching and having fun and bringing a lot of passion and a lot of joy. So I think, you know, the message I want to send is like, this team is going to be a joy to watch. Like I said, we different, we fast, we quicker. We more athletic and we deep. And I think when you bring all those things together, now it's time for me to do my job as a coach and put it all together.
Jaden. Shah, you talked about bringing in guys with experience. You have Elijah, who has been through the Big East,
Yep.
playing through the wars of DePaul. How much does that help this group get ready for what to expect?
I think for Elijah, it was good, right? I mean, he played in the Big East, averaged 10 points a game. You know, so bring a guy like that with that type of experience. And then went to Pacific and did really well, like from an offensive standpoint. So you bring in a guy that's proven, that could score at this level, that could play at this level, got the physicality. And then, you know, it's not going to be easy for him because he got Josh and he got Jacob, and they right on his tail, and they battling every day, and they competing. So it's going to be good. Like I said, I'm looking forward to see who rises to the top.
Coach, you know, you've talked about your recruiting, but did you form this team to your style or to the league, or is it one and the same or beyond thinking beyond that?
You know, it's different, right? Obviously, a lot of different factors come into it, right? You know, obviously nowadays with, you know, a lot of it, it's a financial thing, right? So that's part of it too, right? So you just try to get guys that kind of fit you and what you kind of want to do, and then also you got to be in that in that budget. You know, you got to be within the budget too, right? And for us, it's different, right? When you bring in 12 guys, a lot of schools probably bring in 5 or 6 or, you know, whatever, you bring in 12. So you got to be strategic and smart on guys that you think that, okay, I think he could do this. I know we need this. Kind of put together that way. I hope I answered your question. I kind of went all over the place. All right.
Coach, as you mentioned, it's almost a completely new team. Who do you think has stepped up as a vocal leader so far in the locker room?
Still looking for that. To be honest, I'm still looking for that. I talk about that every day. We have a lot of seniors. Like I got a lot of older guys. So, you know, and to be honest, it don't have to be an older guy. Like it could be a young guy. Look at a guy like, you know, Najah's a freshman. He talks a lot, and when he talks, he makes sense when he talks. So people listen. So, you know, still looking for that vocal leader. I got a few guys who I think could be it, but I'm not giving it to them. They gotta earn that.
Jerry.
I know you moved in here last winter, but what's it been like functionally for you to have this place, this practice facility with this team?
No, it's great. I mean, it's a beautiful building. Obviously, you guys get a chance to see our lounge. You know, this is beautiful. The players have something to call their own, right? And then it's massive, man. It's you know, when you could get people on visits, most guys don't want to come on visits no more. They just care about the money, right? But when you could get people on visits, you know, they come in, they look at it like, oh, wow, this is a beautiful building. One of the best out there by far. I've been a lot of places, easy, one of the best out there. And then I think, you know, it's a game changer. And it's whether it was needed. No, it definitely was needed, but I'm happy with it. The players are happy with it. All the donors that, you know, spend money for it, help, you know, they come around, they see it. It's big time.
Shaheen, your first couple of years here, every summer it seemed like there was something, right? Players weren't here, injuries, you couldn't practice with a full team. That was out there.
Yep.
From the outside looking in, it seems to be different this year. It seems
Yep.
like you've had full practices.
For sure.
How much enjoyment are you having, you know, with that full roster? How much has it benefited you?
Enjoyment? I don't know. I won't say enjoyment, right? But I would say this, you know, it was refreshing, you know, to be able to do some things this summer with a whole squad and not, you know, having to myself go out there, you know, and kind of do things. I still could though, just so you know. But but like have myself go out there and do things. And to me, that's a sign of a good team, right? Because guys care about, you know, their bodies. You know, we got a new trainer, we got a new strength coach. guys are really like buying into, that part of it. And to me, if you take care of yourself off the court, you take care of yourself on the court. And these guys will take care of themselves off the court. And I think that's why, knock on wood, we kind of been having, bodies to be available for practice. Now, practice got to be careful. It's only 4 hours in the summer. You get 4 hours a week. So it's been a lot of skill work and just, putting things together.
Coach, how would you say that the players have picked up the system so far this offseason, especially the new players, and what's impressed you the most about it?
Well, it's a new system, right? Everything is new. Everything we're doing this year is new. It's new for me, new for them. Obviously, I had a lot of time to think from last spring over the summer, and I went out, watched a lot of practices for other colleges, people that I know, people I trust, I like their style. Watch a lot of European basketball. I just wanted to put a different style in because I had a different brand of players. So it's in progress. Like we still, it's step by step. We're not where I want to be right now. And you ask any coach right now, it's October, no one where they want to be. So I think that's a good thing.
Coach, bringing Najee Hines is one of the biggest headlines of the offseason. What do you expect out of him in his rookie season?
I just expect him to come and compete. Like, I don't want to put no expectations on him. I don't want to put things like that on him. That's not fair for a freshman. But I could tell you this. I've been very impressed with the way he's been practicing. Very impressed with the way he's been carrying himself. He's like a rock star around campus. Everybody love him. He's like a big teddy bear off the court. On the court, he's a different type of player. So, so far, so good.
Shah, when you say new system, offensively, defensively, what's new about it?
Both, right? Just want to play a different style. Like, obviously our defense is us. That's our staple. I want to play a little quick on offense. I want to play a little quick on defense. Different type of style, not just man-to-man, switching it up, doing a bunch of different things. Like I said, we got a bunch of players, and I want to play everybody. I want to play everybody. Is everybody going to play? We'll see, right? I want to play everybody, but the good thing of having players to play, for me, is good. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about that. Hope you caught that with what I just said.
Listen to it all.
Coach, in terms of playing styles, is that element attached to what other teams do across this country, in terms of other teams, other leagues, how they're changing their styles?
I'm not worried about other teams. I would tell you this. I remember this, and Jay probably remember this because he's the only one that's really here that really covered the MAC like that. I remember when I got to St. Peter's and I said I want to play 11 guys double-figure minutes. Everybody thought it was crazy. Now everybody's starting to do it, right? So everything's a trend, right? So just kind of want to get back to that, get back to who I am and, the staple of basketball that, helped me get to Seton Hall.
Anything else for Coach? Good.
Coach, there's been a lot of talk about the tempo, right? Last year we offensively, I think we were one of the slowest teams in the Big East and in the country. This year obviously it's going to be different. We have a completely new set of people. What can you tell us in terms of the tempo and how you're planning to play in contrast with that?
Well, I want to play, faster, but I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Yesterday I was telling my coaches, I said, man, I don't know, I want to play faster, but I'm not liking the way it look. So with me, like, I get bored quick, so I got to stick with it because I know the type of players we have, like, we have to play that way for us to be successful. So we've been doing this since the summer, and we're going to continue to keep doing it. We got 2 scrimmages coming up. I can't name the people we scrimmage. I know it's supposed to be a secret. So we got 2 scrimmages coming up. So we're going to see how the scrimmages are and then kind of make adjustments from there. But we definitely going to play faster than last year, for sure. And I think we're a better shooting team, so that's going to help score more points.
What do you think of playing 3 games at Walsh this year?
Great question. Great question. I mean, it's some things are out of your control, right? Obviously with the dates, with the potential, and then, the Big East dates and stuff like that. I think some fans like it, right? Some fans like it. I think 2 games is like good. 3 games probably like a little stretch, but at this point, nothing you can do about it. Like I said, we had to do it, so we've done, and I think it'll be good. I think it's going to be a great home court advantage. Obviously, playing here is really good. I don't know. I mean, depending on some people look at it as a disadvantage. For us, I think it's going to be an advantage.
Will you practice before you play there in Walsh?
I mean, we'll try to get in there, obviously, with volleyball and women's basketball. That's kind of their main court now since we have this over here. So if we could get in there, we definitely try to get in there. But, it's like anything else. We just make the adjustment.
And I know you're not thinking about these other teams, but St. John's, UConn, both preseason top 5.
That's good for the conference.
That's good for the Big East.
It's good for the conference for sure.
Seems like both teams could contend for a Final Four.
Great for the conference. I hope both of them get in the Final Four along with us. It'll be 3 teams in there.
Yeah.
That'd be great, right? No, it's good for the conference. Anytime that we get multiple teams in the top 5 or top, it's only good for us. I'm not worried about other teams right now, but to be honest with you, it's good for the conference, and it's good for headlines and stuff like that. I think people kind of forget about how important Big East basketball is. This conference is built to last, as you can see. I think we're just going to keep getting better and better. I mean, look at the coaches in this league. I mean, you had Coach Willard, you had Richard Pitino. I mean, it's every night you coaching against somebody that's really, really, really good. So.
One of Elijah's key stats, he has a rebound, decent amount, about 4.5 or 5 rebounds per game.
Can you say that again?
So Elijah Fisher, he had a decent amount of rebounds as a guard, which is actually pretty good. So do you intend to have the guards kind of pick up the slack getting boards in the paint or anything like that?
Yeah, I think we got a gang rebound. I think it's going to be gang rebound for sure. We've been practicing a lot rebounding, all 5 rebounds, especially the guards. If we can rebound, then we can run and get the court and get in transition. So that's something that we've been, harping on the whole summer and even now. Gang rebounding, and Elijah got, we've been working on him rebounding more, to tell you the truth. I'm looking at Elijah to kind of be like a Dre Davis type player. Obviously Dre was really good for us. So that's how I'm looking at Elijah to be one of those type of players like that.
Got time for a few more, Jack?
Going back to the portal, when you were scouting players to recruit and bring to Seton Hall, what was one of the biggest aspects you were looking for around the board?
Character.
Characters?
Character is important. Character, looking at, do they have the style of play that I like, being like a dog. That word I gotta be careful with, people don't like people calling people dogs no more. But, playing with a lot of intensity, being able to defend and shooting. I wanted to shoot the ball, better this year, and I wanted more athletes. I wanted to be more athletic. I wanted to get out and run and kind of do some things. So, and then guard play. No disrespect to bigs. Bigs are super important, but I think if you got good guards, you're going to be in most games.
Shall we see so many programs in the country hiring GMs? Do you have any intention on bringing a GM here to help you?
I think we have like 3 of them already. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Nah. You know what? Obviously, me and my boss B Felt, we talked about it. Something that we looking into. Something that we probably gonna address after the season. Right now, we just want to focus on what we have right now. I think we have a good structure in place, but we've been talking about it, and that's something that we know we're going to circle back with for sure.
Anything else for Coach Holloway?
That's all we got.
Just a question.
I'm about to say it was too easy. Jeez.
Hey, no, just a question.
I couldn't believe it was almost over, right?
In the past, you have, because you didn't have enough guys to do what you want to do, you got in the court with them. Reflect back how when you started to where you are now, has that guard position changed from point guard to where it is now from your perspective?
I started as a player or I started as a coach?
As a player. Has the guard position changed?
Yes. I'm going to say because I think many years ago, I think, there was like pure point guards and there was like scoring guards. And now I don't think there's any point guards. I think you're just a guard. Right? I think most guards looking to score first now, then run a team. I think it changed. A lot changed. The whole the whole landscape of college basketball changed. Not just college, just basketball in general, right? I think it changed a lot, and you just gotta adjust to it. Now you gotta adjust to today's young men. They different in a lot of different areas, and you just gotta, kind of put your arm around them and kind of teach them what you want and. And that's why I said character was important. Because when you bring good character people in, then they want to learn, right? And then you kind of take it from there.
Big East Conference, it's no joke. It's also some time away, so I understand if you don't have a solid judgment on this
It's
yet.
no joke. Correct?
Besides the physical aspect of it and playing up tempo and high energy and things like that, mentally, how do you see the guys adjusting? Do you think they're prepared already? What's the process?
No, I think it's too far. Right, but I think our non-conference is going to challenge us. I've been, I don't read a lot of stuff that everybody writes. I kind of stay away from that. We got some great writers in here, though. I don't want, say I don't, let's say stuff.
Except for me and Jerry.
No, I mean, you guys, sometimes you love me, sometimes you don't. It's all right. I love you guys anyway. But I think that people have been talking about a non-conference, saying that it's not really good. But that's compared my non-conference schedule to a lot of other people's non-conference schedule. Now think about it, right? So you're playing a Big 10 school in Rutgers, right? You're playing a Big 12 school in, Kansas State. Then we go to Maui, and we playing, possibly could play 3 top teams there. We got North Carolina State, which is ACC. Then we beat them. When we beat them, then we got USC if they win, right? They're in the Big 10 now, right? Right, and then you got Texas on the other side. I mean, but people saying my non-conference is not good. I don't understand that. Got 5 Power 5 schools playing in my non-conference. Then you add, schools that around the area, which I want to play. So I think our non-conference is going to get us ready to start preparing for the Big East. Yes.
Check.
Did I answer your question? I said, did I answer the question? Because I kind of want.
My question, yes, thank you. Sorry.
Coach, you've talked about the importance of guards and talked about the importance of bigs on your team.
Yep.
What's your stance on quote-unquote positionless players, and how do they possibly fit into your team?
I think everybody want to be a positionless player right now. Like I said, you got bigs that want to be guards. You got some guards that want to post up, right? So, just kind of go. I think for us, we're going to have 3 guard offense, a wing. I'm not going to call them a power forward because they want to be called power forwards, a wing. And then you got only one want to be called a center, which is Najah. Everybody else is just kind of another forward, right? So yeah, it's the way it is right now. I'm used to it. It don't bother me.
Thank you, Coach.
Got time for one more, please.
You can just send a message to Pirate fans before the season. What would it be?
I think they should get excited, right? I'm excited. I'm super transparent, right? And sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. But the one thing I do wear my heart on my sleeve, that's just who I am. And then if I didn't think we wasn't going to be good, I'll tell you guys, I think we'll be in trouble, right? But I think we got a chance to be really good if we keep improving. And every day we come in, we got better since the summertime to now. So I think that we're going to continue to keep making those jumps. And as long as we stay healthy and as long as everybody keep buying in, I think we got a chance to be really good. I think, people should come out and support because it's going to be an exciting brand of basketball. We got guys that care about the game and care about playing the game and love the game and not in love with it. See, it's 2 things. You can love the game or you can love what comes with it. I got guys that love the game. I got guys that is in that gym constantly every day, all day. And when you got gym rats like that stuff is translate to wins. And I think we got a chance to be really good this year.
Coach, thank you.
We good? All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.